I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
I've abandoned free market principles to save the free market system.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Raising the debt ceilings does not increase our debt. It does not somehow promote profligacy.
I know words. I have the best words. Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome back. This is the Peddling Fiction Podcast. I'm your host, the voice and soul of so-called fiction, Johnny Profita. And back with me to get the weekend kicked off properly is the one and only Justin Hillbilly Boy Campbell. What's up over there, Hillbilly Land?
Not much. Finally starting to get some of this snow melted off. We've had temperatures above freezing pretty much every day this week. And aside from some patches where it was really thick, it's pretty well all gone now. So that's making me happy.
That's good. It's a beautiful day here. I went out to the grocery store to grab a couple of things. And
speaking of kicking off the weekend, don't forget it's Valentine's Day this weekend. So if you're married, either run out and get something for her right now, or prepare to sleep on the couch. And maybe you like sleeping on the couch. For me personally, I would just be banished to my man cave. So I might not even mess with getting her anything at all. Just be like, all right, kick me out of the house for a couple of days. I'll go hang out and play video games. It's like,
yeah, it's not really a punishment, is it?
Right.
Like I forget there's some movie, I think I'm drawing a blank on which one it is. I just remember the scene where he's like, yeah, when you punish him, you send him to his room. Talking about some lady's kid. He's like, in his room he's got Nintendo and fucking all kinds of toys. And I don't have to hang out with my wife. This is a fucking absolute win. Yeah.
I do like my wife, but it is nice to we don't spend a whole lot of time together. Like, we spend about as much time together as we want to. Other than that, she does her thing, I do mine. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I do despise Valentine's Day, just the obligation of everything. It's so stupid. And then all the restaurants are fucking full, and they change their menu. They'll give you like a prefix menu or something, and raise their prices and all that shit. So it's nice if you got a girl that does not like to celebrate that, which is a situation I'm in currently. I am still taking her to dinner, but it's not going to be like a big thing. I did see, I don't know why. Well, I guess I know why. I think it's my Instagram feed. There's these charcuterie boards that you can get delivered. That looked like pretty fucking good. Get yourself like a customized charcuterie board delivered right to your door, and then you crack open a bottle of wine, and it looks like you did something, but you get to stay home and just fucking drink and eat gabagool. Sounds fucking great to me.
You have cracked the code, Johnny. To happy.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah, look into that. It might be too late to get one of those delivered. You might have had to do it yesterday, but maybe next time. Anyway, where should we start today? Should we get the finance stuff out of the way?
What finance stuff? You mean that the Dow is over 50,000? Oh, wait,
Dow is over 50,000. Well, is it though?
It's not.
Back over 50. I know it's up today. I haven't actually looked. Hang on. Let's see where we're at, because it dipped back below it as soon as Pam Bondi was. Yeah, nope. 49,558. We're not there again. So
I'd say it was at like
apparently
40,
we can resume talking about the Epstein files.
yeah, it was at like
we're
49
under
last
50K.
time I looked at it.
Yeah. But we did get a couple of interest. So the CPI came out today. 2.4% is what they're claiming. I think estimates were 2.7. So everybody's happy. I think that's why everything's up today. If you, I still don't know how they're calculating 2.4%. I don't think there's anything on earth where anywhere on earth you could live where prices are only up 2.4% for everyday items. But that's what they're claiming, still above their 2% target. So yeah, the Federal Reserve is claiming they want to destroy your purchasing power by 2% every year. And they're above that. So they should not be cutting rates. They should be raising them. We'll see what happens. I think I sent it to you, but it might have been the Friday that you forgot we had a show. The clip where Trump was being interviewed. He's like, yeah, I might have made a mistake nominating Warsh, but I don't think he's going to get a lot of rate hikes out of him, regardless of what people think. But the big number that I was looking at is, of course, the jobs reports that came out. There was another massive revision. And then I didn't send you this, but the January jobs report, the seasonally adjusted numbers were 130,000 jobs created, which is an abysmal number in general. I forget what the minimum is. And I don't know if this is across the board every month, or maybe the winter months are different, but in general, you want like somewhere between 2 and 250,000 jobs a month to kind of keep up with the population and everything. Well below that with the seasonally adjusted number. The non-seasonally adjusted number, do you want to take a guess at what that was? If they don't do all of their fucking voodoo economic shit.
What?
Negative 2.65 million.
Whew.
So they seasonally adjusted away 2.7 million jobs. Like, that is fucking insane, dude. Like, I don't care what happened in January. There's just no, like, these adjustments have to be ridiculous. So if they did no adjustments to the season of January, we would have lost 2.65 million jobs. Yeah. And then what's that downward? Can you pull up that chart for the downward revision? I forget what the period was on that. Is that for the whole year of 2025?
There's one that's for the year of 2025, and then there's another that this is for the last 20 years. And then the chart for oh shit, I accidentally closed it off. The chart for 2025 itself was, so they were showing originally an average of 48,000, and then after all of the adjustments were made, it was only 15,000 on average.
Negative, I think, right?
There were several that went negative.
Yeah. Wow. Right. So I don't know. I was joking on Twitter that this season is called recession. When you adjust away 2 point. What did the caption on the Zero Hedge tweet read? Gives you some context, I think.
Yeah, it said the Department of Labor has revised away 2.5 million jobs in the past 6 years. Since 2019, every year except 2022 has seen dramatic negative jobs revisions, largely due to the flawed birth-death model and erroneously accounting for illegal immigrants.
Yeah, and so the birth-death model, again, is just completely fabricated. They just assume that a certain number of businesses come into existence every month and a certain number close down. So if you're very optimistic on the economy and you believe the bullshit that Donald Trump and before him Biden were peddling and before them Barack Obama, it's like, oh, well, we got the strongest economy in the world. Everything's great. Obviously, our birth death model is going to favor more businesses coming into existence than not. So yeah, and that's what these revisions are. They're basically, okay, we thought this many jobs based on the birth death model. And then when they actually get the numbers, that's when they revise it down. So they're wrong basically 100% of the time, which is like, I don't know why anybody pays attention to these numbers, which is why it was so great a couple months ago when Trump just fired the statistician because he didn't like the report. But everything's great because the Dow is over 50,000, or at least it was.
Speaking of that one that got fired, I saw quite possibly the funniest exchange I think I've seen on the internet. I saw a screenshot of it, and I need to find it. It was on Blue Sky, where somebody said, "I don't trust these numbers that the Trump administration is putting out for the jobs numbers and stuff. I think they're lying about it." And this is Blue Sky, which is notoriously just straight up like the most insane leftist. That I don't trust these numbers. I think Trump is lying about it. He just fired the person who was in charge of it because he didn't like the numbers they were putting out. And then the woman that Trump fired literally responded and said, you can trust the numbers. I'm the one who was fired. They're actually legit. It's just, it was a changing over. And the person came back and said, "You don't know what you're talking about." It's like,
yeah.
And then somebody replied to that and said, "You're literally replying to the woman who used to be in charge of this." Like, which again, you and I both, we've gone over the adjustments every month for like the last 3 years. Like every single one, they always get adjusted down.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there was 1 month where it was adjusted up, but it would have been like, maybe 15,000 jobs or so. Like, it was not a huge upward revision like we're getting with these huge downward revisions. It's like a negligible thing to a number that wasn't great to begin with. And to the defense of the chick that got fired and what she was saying, I looked at the whole Blue Sky thing, which is Blue Sky is fucking nuts. Stay away from that cesspool. Anyway, so like what she was saying was you can trust the numbers. Like when they make the adjustments, that's legit. It's not wrong. Like the projections are based on these models that they have, and they think that their numbers are good, even though it's a completely broken, flawed model that clearly doesn't work. The projections that they give when they put out these numbers, they believe that they're right. And then when they make the adjustment, you see what they actually are. So like, it's such a great example of how the government can't do any fucking thing right. It's like all of this, they believe that their models are right. And then they put out the actual numbers after they get everything and they make their revisions. And then the revised number is what's actually right. So it's like, how do you miss by this much, this badly every fucking time? Like if you in stock trading were off as badly and as often as they are, you'd be fucking broke. Like if I missed by that much of a percentage on what we need to get done at work, I'd have been fired years ago. Like how, but these people just, so yeah, I mean, the chick that got fired deserved to be fired. Yeah. And like, how do you just not make an adjustment when you're constantly off by that much? Like if I was off just like 2 months in a row, I'd be like, okay, where am I going wrong in my theoretical model? And you try to make an adjustment. You make an adjustment and you check it the next month. Was I closer or farther away? Closer. Okay. Maybe I need to adjust it more, or maybe now I can tweak another aspect of it. But no, there's just none of that.
Right. It's like, what's wrong with our model?
Because they like to overstate the numbers. I mean, it benefits them.
It's like, what's wrong with the model that we're missing by this much every fucking month? Like, and it's not like they're putting out projections that are like break the stock market great. It's like the projections that they're putting out are still coming in well below they're not great numbers. The needed job growth. So it's like, okay, You're like, just figure it out and be honest. Be like, all right, yeah, this is like really fucking bad.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's so funny too, because I remember when Trump was campaigning the first time around, he's like, these numbers are bullshit. Like, the economy's not that strong. The jobs are worse. The CPI is higher, blah, 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 blah. And then as soon as he gets in there, it's like, it's the same numbers, the same methodology. They didn't change anything. And all of a sudden you can trust the numbers now just because he's in control of everything. And I don't know, dude, it just drives me crazy when they point to these stock market at all-time highs as if that's some sort of measure of how great the economy overall is doing, and especially for the average American. I don't know how many Americans are actually in the stock market. I mean, a lot of them, I mean, if you have a job with a 401k or some sort of retirement account, you're in the market whether you like it or not. But I mean, that's still, there's like a lot of Americans do not have a ton of exposure to it. So even if it is at all-time highs, that's still probably, I don't know, 30%, maybe more of the country that's not benefiting from that. And then, I mean, it's always at all-time highs. We've been hitting all-time highs for the last 25 years. And it's like, that's where the whole buy the fucking dip thing came from, because they're going to put a bottom in the stock market through inflation, through the creation of money and credit and pumping it into the market to drive up these prices. So maybe we should ask Grok what in Trump's first term, actually ask him this, how much gold did it take to buy the entire Dow in 2016? Because right now we're at 10 ounces of gold. The Dow's at 49,000 and gold's at 4,900. So for 10 ounces of gold, you can buy the entire Dow right now. In 2016, I'm guessing it was a lot more. It took a lot more gold to buy it. Come on, Grok.
Let's see. 17.15 ounces of gold.
Yeah.
Would have bought the Dow in 2016.
Yeah. So it took what, 70% more gold to buy the Dow back then than it does now. So it's like, even though it's at all-time high, it's just all inflation. It's cheaper to buy it now if you had gold.
And if anybody's watching the video and you want to pause and zoom in on this is Grok. This is why it took me a second, because Grok did all the math. Like, Grok worked it all out to get to the 17.15 ounces. So this is gold back when Donald Trump first took office, and now you can buy it for 10, even though it's at 50,000. What was the Dow at in 2016? Did it say that in the calculations? Probably. Yeah, it was. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed 2016 at 19,762.16.
Okay, so it's more than doubled in price, and yet it's cheaper to buy it now in terms of gold. So these all-time highs, if you're pricing it in a currency that's constantly losing value, minimum 2.4% year over year, if you believe their numbers, yeah, you're actually not making, like, you're not richer if you were in the market. We would have been better off just having gold, apparently, which is crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And if you were to just buy like an index fund or something over the last 10 years, that's nuts. So Dow 50,000, despite what Pam Bondi was telling us, is not that great of a fucking accomplishment.
Well, Pam Bondi making that argument wasn't really a very great use of it anyway, because this is her getting asked about the Epstein files, and this is why she doesn't want to talk about it.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader. I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. and the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan.
Committee.
Yeah, dude, just so pathetic, man. I didn't watch this whole thing. I've just kind of watched the clips that have been circulating. Unbelievably pathetic.
She had a couple like major crash outs that like unhinged and even as a Trump supporter, like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's hard to support that.
Granted, I might be biased because I've been calling for her to be fired for like 6 months. So
she's just, I mean, every time there's like a big issue, she fumbles it. And this is like a Tony Romo fucking fumble in the playoffs, where it's just like, how the fuck did you even fumble? Was it on a fucking field goal or something where he fumbled the snap? It's just like, oh, dude, it's like the game-winning field goal. He fumbles the fucking snap. Yeah, what does the Dow have to do with anything? Well, yeah, this is a hearing about the fucking Epstein files, so it has nothing to do with it. I guess except for the fact that everybody in the Epstein files that we know of is like a rich fucking guy with a lot of money in the stock market. So it's like, I guess she's just admitting that the potential pedophiles have done really well for themselves.
Yeah,
over 50,000. But like we just pointed out, for the average American, making 50,000 is not really, they're not really killing it with their 401ks or anything like that.
Well, and I mean, if it meant every pedophile who visited Jeffrey Epstein's island went to jail forever, I would happily watch my 401k go all the way to zero. I'll survive. I'll be fine.
That's a good point. That's the other sort of implication here. It's like, well, sure, we had to, rape a few kids, but Dow 50,000. Sacrifice some kids for a little inflated stock market numbers. That is how a lot of these fucking demented politicians think. I mean, they're more than willing to blow people up and apparently rape children if it means they can make a couple $1 million. Well, some of them a lot more than million. Oh, play that graphic of the politician's net worth versus the average American.
You mean everybody's getting richer? Right.
Yeah, you really have to watch the video for this, but it's a chart from 1989 to I think the present, showing the politician's net worth versus the average person. Politicians by 2020 are up 2,500% than the average person. What were we at? 341%. And that's after that's after basically being cut in half in 2009. Yeah.
Right. This is the big like fuck you, is as politicians' net worth continues to just go up. I mean, basically straight up. Like there's not a lot. Like that's just to the fucking moon.
Yeah, it's parabolic.
You see this nice big 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11 where the average person is taking a hit.
How did all the politicians avoid a 50% stock market crash?
Right. They had like a brief plateau for 2010. And then after that, it was right back to.
It didn't even plateau, though. That's still upward sloping.
Right.
It only went up by like as much as the average person's went up in the best year ever. And in that year, I mean, you got to look at this. It's complete divergence. Every gain that the average person made from 1989 to 2009 was wiped out, and the politicians actually still had a decent year. I mean, by their standards, it wasn't great, but it wasn't even a down year. It wasn't
right. I think it only went up. It only went up like 28% or something.
Okay, yeah, only outperformed the indices by fucking 1,000%. God damn, dude. They're a bunch of fucking crooks. They are not public. Can we just stop calling them like public servants and clapping for them and shit? Like, Jesus Christ. They're a bunch of fucking pedophiles that are raping the country in addition to children for every penny that we have. Unbelievable, man. But Dow's over 50,000. Yeah, it must be nice if you're a Pam Bondi and company, because apparently whatever gains you're getting in the stock market, they're getting 1,000% more somehow, Nancy Pelosi style. So, and they do like that Nancy Pelosi, that autopilot app. Like I don't use it. I do follow them on X, but even then, you're still at like a 3 month. I think it's 3 months for them to report. I could be wrong about that, but you're on a delay. Like Nancy Pelosi sold PayPal. I just saw a post the other day. She sold PayPal right before it crashed. Like a week or 2 weeks before it crashed, I think it was, something like that. So your autopilot thing is not going to help for that, because you're going to find out 2 months later, oh, she sold it before, like 2 weeks before it was down 30% or something. So you're not going to be able to, you can ride things on the way up, maybe if the move takes a longer time to play out, but avoiding those losses like that, you're just never going to be able to track it in real time, unfortunately. So anyway, the Epstein dude, the Pam Bondi testifying in front of Congress was one of the worst performances I think I can remember seeing. Just absolutely pathetic. Just every question, it was just a complete fucking. She just diverted to something else, either the Dow or like just sort of like whataboutisms. As much as I hate that term, it's just like, well, what about your voting record, or what about what you did on some other fucking bill a couple of years ago?
She made scumbag Democrats not look like the bad guy in the room. It's like, how do you fuck this up?
Yeah. I mean, that is tough to do.
She made Jerry Nadler seem like he was like reasonable and a decent dude. Like that's how badly she fucking botched this.
Yeah. Well, it's also just how, like, she just doesn't have a leg to stand on. Like, what could you possibly say to this? Because what Thomas Massey has exposed, and Massey is the fucking man, dude. He is the best. He is absolutely the fucking man. But what he's exposed is that, they've been redacting. Oh yeah, you want to play this? Let's see what this exchange is.
Yeah, they've been redacting
this is like a
names
5-minute thing, and this is just one clip of it.
Did you ask Merrick Garland that the last 4 years? Did you talk about Epstein?
I'm reclaiming my time. I'm glad you're asking about Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim time
this
when
is
you don't.
bigger than Watergate.
When I don't answer your question
this
the way
goes
you want.
over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
And that's
now,
where the
I want to know at what point did the FBI and the DOJ decide that Lex Wessner was not a co-conspirator? Because our Epstein Files Transparency Act requires you, please put it back on the screen, please, to release the internal decision about whether to prosecute him or not. And it's not in the files, and it's not in the files for any of these other men.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
May she answer?
And he's a hypocrite because he voted against the ban that we were talking about on deep fake AI porn. Only 2 people voted against it, and you were one of them, hypocrite.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Massey's even fucking laughing at that. It's just so pathetic, dude. You voted against AI porn. So Massey has caught them red-handed, just redacting names of people. They were only supposed to be allowed to redact things for a matter of national security or to protect the victims. And by the way, dude, I will say one thing that drives me crazy is when they call them survivors, like rape survivors, and just call them fucking victims. Can we just like, I don't know. That just fucking drives me crazy when they're like, they're survivors. It's like, okay, yeah. Like basically everybody survives rape. I mean, unless they kill you afterwards, unless it's a rape murder.
Right.
you're
Unless
gonna
you got
survive.
raped and murdered, then
Yeah.
you survived.
Yeah. Like if they, I guess if they like shot you in the head and you survive, then I can call you a survivor. But if they're just having sex with you, like nobody dies from sex. I'm sorry. We can stop calling them. We can stop calling them survivors. I fucking hate that shit. Being a victim of rape is bad enough. We don't have to like try to make them out to be heroes or something because they survived. They survived something that 100% of people survive. Anyway, that's I guess that's neither here nor there. But
I was gonna say, and the really fucked up thing, like I hate to say it, but a lot of them agreed to it. Like a lot of them went along with it. Like not a lot of them were sex trafficked. They like made a choice, and it was a really fucked up bad choice, and they really shouldn't have made that choice. And it's really fucked up that the people that they were getting to do that were underage and everything else, but a lot of them made that choice. Like that's
yeah, but they're not old. Like,
right, they're not old
supposed to be
enough to make that decision, and
make
that's
that kind of decision for themselves, even if they do. So, yeah,
it's
I mean, I'm
not-
not trying to downplay what happened to them, but yeah, let's not. I mean, survivors is it's just a ridiculous term that the left has come up for, like with everything. Everybody's a survivor now. So that bugs me. But anyway, the point is you weren't supposed to be redacting anything unless it was to protect the victims or for national security reasons. And I hate that fucking blanket term. But okay. And so Massey caught them in the limited amount of time that he had to look at the 3 million plus documents or whatever. He caught them redacting names of people that it was neither of those things. So it just violated, it was completely illegal what they did. And they've been busted. And this is Pam Bondi just completely deflecting everything. Well, you voted against the AI porn thing. You're a hypocrite. It's like, how does that make him a hypocrite? These are two completely different things.
And who cares about fucking AI porn? Is that really like, is that really a thing that like
AOC cares about? But yeah, I mean, dude,
that's because dudes keep making AI of AOC and just making her tits get bigger and bigger. Like, yeah, I understand why she would care. And I guess I understand why Bondi would care about it too. She's at least attractive. I'm sure she's been AI.
Dude, I don't know. Like that wouldn't bother me if people were circulating videos of me that made me look more attractive or something. And then if it made me look bad, even if it was a real video, you could just be like, oh no, that's AI. Like I feel like that would be a great thing if I was involved in the porn industry. Because I could just deny it forever and be like, no, that's just AI. That's AI porn of me. And if it made you look good, then you're like, then you don't deny that it's AI. It's just like, no, that's not AI. That's real.
Yeah,
like,
I totally have.
I see this, like, where's the downside?
Yeah, look at that. I totally have a massive hog. That's. Did all this come out of the like? There was like some AI stuff of Taylor Swift before the Super Bowl last year. Like I think that's where this came from. I'm like, who gives
but it's like from what I mean, I didn't remember seeing a lot of it, but it was like cartoonishly AI. Like nobody believes that, right? Nobody was like fooled by it. So yeah, it seems like a stupid thing for Congress to be worried about, given all the problems we have, including the Epstein thing. So yeah, like to pretend like apparently they're more concerned about AI porn than they are actual, like I guess you could call what Jeffrey Epstein was making porn, is filming people having sex, consensual or not. So, but they seem to be more concerned with the fake stuff than the actual thing that's taking place. And I mean, if you're Pam Bondi at this point, I don't know what you could do when you're in that position other than just be like, yeah, I don't know, I fucked up, or here's why I did this. But Trump came out and tried to defend it with like a really long tweet. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I didn't read it either. I had the exact same reaction that Massey had, which was hilarious. So I'm not reading all that.
Congratulations, or I'm sorry for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, he's like, no, I think he said something to the tune of this completely exonerates Donald Trump and Massey embarrassed himself or something like that. It's just like, what are you talking about? Pam Bondi completely embarrassed herself and the administration. And there's just no way that you can, I don't know how anybody could support it. Absolutely fucking pathetic. The memes have been great. How's the meme stream doing? I checked in on it the other day. It looked like there was some fire in there.
Yeah, anyway. Sorry. I was trying to find, I thought there were some other clips of, because that wasn't the only exchange between Bondi and
no, I have some other ones flagged if you want me to send them over.
I mean, that kind of summarizes it. Like she did not do herself any favors. And it I don't know how you can so massively fuck up every time you're put behind a microphone the way she has been and still be employed. Like what the hell?
It's pretty amazing. Yeah. I think the whole I have like a 5-minute clip, 5.5-minute clip, which is going to contain some of that. And then there's a 30-second one. I don't know if we want to play the whole exchange or not. It's kind of long. I think you get the idea. Yeah. Thomas Massey's just taking her to task. He's got the blow-ups of the emails like right behind him. And there's just no justification for it. Yeah, she is going to do it again. But yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what Trump is going to do with her. He seems very apprehensive about turnover. Like he's just not going to fire anybody because I guess he had a lot of turnover in his first term. That was happening a lot, and that was kind of a knock on him. But yeah, I remember Pam Bondi was saying that, you know, he was the guy, I forget the guy's name, the co-conspirator that they redacted his name. Les Wexner. Yeah. So his name was, here's the point that Massey was getting at in the longer clip is that his name was in there like 4,000 times and they only redacted it once that we know of. And that one redaction was on the document that listed him as a co-conspirator in child sex trafficking. So that's what he's getting. He's like, why would, and Pam Bondi's like, you know, we weren't trying to hide anything. We left his name in there 4,000 times. It's just a retarded argument because, yeah, that kind of proves his point. It's like, okay, yeah, it was fine for the other 4,000 times, but the one time he was implicated in something horrendous, you redacted his name. And then they're like, well, we unredacted it. It's like, yeah, after I fucking caught you doing it. So, yeah, he just doesn't have a leg to stand on. I don't know what you would, like, I don't know how you could handle that in her position when you're just called to task on it. But trying to just fire back and call people hypocrites and stuff was just a terrible look.
And for those who don't know, Les Wexner is the founder or he's the Victoria's Secret guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or the owner of Victoria's Secret.
So was he was okay with their stupid fat campaign that they were going on for a while?
Probably not. He's pretty old. Yeah. He was the founder. I doubt he has much to do with the day-to-day anymore. Especially since, you know, Epstein didn't kill himself or whatever. That probably put a damper on his involvement in the business.
Yeah. We're going to start running out of fat shaming material because of all this Ozempic use.
I know.
We haven't had any new fat shaming.
Fucking Lizzo and Amy Schumer got skinny. It's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do now?
I haven't seen.
And then all the fatty influencers died. Like, what? Yeah, we really fucking up our a whole segment of the show that we had run on for a couple of years. Like now we running out of material.
What's Jim saying now?
Jim said the correct thing. What she should have said was the FBI didn't charge him due to a lack of credible evidence, but the files show previous allegations, which is the same thing when you look at a lot of these files and you start reading through them. There's like, people have said, oh, Trump's name is mentioned X number of times. It's like, yeah, but when you start going through it and you look at it, it's like so-and-so mentioned Trump. FBI investigated and found no actual links to Trump or anybody else that this person meant. Like there's a number of different instances throughout all of it where names are brought up, people are implicated, and then there are also notes where the FBI goes through. Like there are FBI notes of the investigation that they did and what they found when investigating it, and a lot of it is uncorroborated or like they never could find anything to even come close to connecting any dots. And like that's the problem with it is like, and Jim and I have talked about this privately. It's like there's a whole lot of names and there's a whole lot of shit in all of this, and people who don't understand what everything is that's being said in it, just like, oh look, so and so's name. It's like, yes, but there's another 150 pages that you have to actually read to understand what so and so's name being in there means. It's like there's 6 million pages. Like just because somebody's name is in there doesn't necessarily mean what you think it means. And again, there are a lot of those names that it does 100% mean exactly what you think it means, but there's a whole lot of shit to sift through with that whole thing. And that's why it's such a hard point to like, yes, everybody who's mentioned should have to have a reckoning, but also like, there's a whole lot of shit that call them all to the carpet and figure out what the fuck happened and then go from there.
Yeah. Well, which goes back to just fucking release everything unredacted. And dude, I mean, like, even just protecting the victim is just like, I don't know. They've already been victimized. I guess like having their names released, is that really? I guess, I don't know. Maybe some people would be weird about that, but it's like, I don't know. It was like 20 years ago. It's like, I don't know. Whatever. But like I said, I've already kind of they've already done so much just bullshit with this that it's hard for me to maintain interest, because to your point, what Jim's just saying is like, yeah, nothing's gonna really come of this. Even if we get the full redaction, what are they like? Realistically, what are they gonna do? Maybe a couple people would resign. I know like around the world, there's been some resignations because their names appeared in the files. But it's like, all right, is that really that big of a deal either? They're still like, if they're one of these pussy politicians, they're still going to get their fucking pension.
Right. They resigned and then they'll move on to a different corporate gig somewhere and make even more money and they'll be fine. Like what's realistically going to happen?
Yeah, no heads are going to roll. Nobody's going into the fucking wood chipper, unfortunately. So I don't know. Maybe that's a black pill for some people.
Well, speaking of Wexner and Victoria's Secret, we can move on to some other hot chick related business. Miss USA. The Miss North Florida was stripped of her crown for refusing to get on with the trans cult agenda.
You were looking to compete for Miss America, but then they took your Florida crown off you because you made statements about sort of transgender?
Yes, that is exactly right. I was asked to sign a contract that was different than the first one that I had agreed to because they had changed it 4 weeks after I rightly won. And so I didn't lose my crown because I broke a rule. I lost the crown because I was unwilling to rewrite the truth.
And were you super upset, obviously, when you lost your crown, and then Miss Cheerleads America reached out to you and said, "Hey, we will honor you"?
Yes, it was heartbreaking. It was confusing. It was disappointing because Miss America has been honoring women for over 100 years, and now they can't even define what a woman is. And heartbroken. It was a lot of soul searching, but God uses all things for good, and here I am.
Well, what were the circumstances that you spoke out about this?
So by circumstances, do you mean like?
So at what point did you say that men cannot be women?
Well, immediately as soon as we were given the contract, first thing, my mom and we started raising concern about it and got on a conference call immediately with one of the directors for the Miss America organization, and weeks and weeks and weeks of pleading with them, sending videos, sending letters, emails, demand letters through Liberty Counsel because they picked up my case, and they just no, and they doubled down and basically just got to the point where
But what was the letter?
What did you say originally? What precipitated you speaking out?
Declining to sign the contract. Yeah, declining to sign the contract.
Okay.
Because I couldn't agree that a little boy could mutilate his body and become a woman.
Why was that in the contract?
I don't know. That's something we got to ask the Miss America organization.
Have you had any celebrity support?
We've had a little bit. Yes, we have.
From who?
Riley Gaines. We've had Lee Allen Baker, the famous Miss Liz Doyle. And a few others, but the support has been crazy encouraging, and it's just been amazing.
And last thing, how do you feel about the Miss America pageant and just organization in general now?
That's a tough question. I used to look up to Miss America because they empowered women, but now it's really disappointing to see that they've abandoned such a common sense truth, and that is that a man is a man and that a woman is a woman. And disappointed in the Miss America organization, but I'm really hoping that they get back on track and return to truth, and start honoring God in their pageants like they used to.
So they require them to sign these contracts that more or less say that they're going to not say anything that goes against certain woke ideologies, and because if you win Miss America or by competing in Miss America, you are a very public figure for a lot of people, and they get interviews, and they do all this stuff, and so the Miss America pageant doesn't want their contestants going and saying things that go against certain narratives, so they make them sign these contracts. And more or less, she was like, when she saw the contract and saw that it pushed the trans ideology stuff, she's like, I'm not signing this. Like, this wasn't part of the original contract that I had seen. Like, I'm not. And so they removed her crown, and she's not going to be allowed to compete.
That is crazy. I was like, when did they start making these? You just prance around in your fucking bathing suit, and maybe you get a crown. As if anybody cares what any Bimbos has to say on any topic, dude. Was it North Carolina or something? I believe that U.S. Americans can't find Iraq on a map is because I don't know, and such as she's not going to win either. If you're not watching the video, she's not hot enough to beat Miss America. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. But that is just absolutely ridiculous. I give her props for being like, no, fuck you and your stupid ass contract. So there's a glimmer of hope here. Who got control of this organization that now they've been pushing this trans stuff? Wasn't Donald Trump involved in one of these? Is that Miss America?
Donald Trump was involved in one of them. I don't know if it was Miss America or not, but
we need to make Miss America great again.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And there's one other thing I wanted to. Oh, yeah, the New York grocery store. We have the first, because I know we got to get out of here pretty soon, right?
Oh yeah, I got about 5 minutes and I got to run.
Yeah. So real quick, we'll follow up on this in the future.
There's a reader's note on this. So the New York's first free grocery store, the Poly Market, is officially open. Now, according to the reader note, or to the reader's note, Poly Market's West Village Free Grocery is a temporary 5-day pop-up funded by the startup, a promotional event with limited hours and supplies, not a permanent city program. But like, how long is this going to last?
Oh, okay.
Like even for
I think 5 days is, even if it wasn't permanent. Yeah, so they set this up. From what I understand, you can go in there with like one of those bags that you're showing. It's like one of those tote bags, and you can fill it up. Once you fill it up, though, like you're done. That's as much as you can take. And everything's free. And they're kind of promoting this as like some sort of government-run grocery store where everything's free. And
yeah, I would like to see some follow-up on it. Like, did it last the entire 5 days? Oh shit, I think I lost Johnny.
I still got you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, my internet might be, it's been, I don't know, not great lately. At least it is somewhat working. But yeah, I mean, this is just, I really want them to try this because they've been talking about it in Chicago. They've been talking about it in New York. Just go for it.
Did somebody take the fire extinguisher? That's
Oh, that's funny.
just be like, that was not free. That was not free. That has to stay here.
Yeah. But it's just like, it costs.
Yeah,
For example.
we're losing you, Johnny. You're
All right. Well, we got to get out of here anyway, right?
yeah. I was hoping Jim would say something because I wasn't sure if like you were coming through and I just wasn't hearing it, or if it was. Yeah, you're getting real choppy.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this week. Thanks for listening, everybody. We will be back on Tuesday. Actually, maybe not. I'm going out of town next week.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing a Monday show, though, right?
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, we'll be back on Monday next week. It'll probably be the only show. And then back to our regularly scheduled programming. So until then, you guys know what to do. Just keep on peddling that so-called fiction. Peace.